Well, hello and a warm welcome back to another week on the allotment. Not a lot happening on the plot, I have to say, but I've got a couple of things to do. They're actually more garden related than they are allotment, and I'll explain what I mean in a minute when I show you. But I've got the fire on, I've had a brew, I'm watching the sunrise, and all is well. In a couple of hours there's a storm blowing in, so it's going to be very heavy rain. So I've got up here early just to do a couple of hours of work, and then I'll clear off back home. And it's that odd situation where we think we're moving, but until the contracts are signed and exchanged, you don't really know. It's peculiar. So we are. What is very useful about this is it's given us the momentum and the impetus to declutter. I've got another run to the tip tomorrow. That's my fourth. We've got quite a big car and it's always full to the gunnels every time I go. So it is a useful exercise, even if it all falls through. But so I've got a morning on the plot, an afternoon at home decluttering. But for the time being, you're very welcome. Let's have a look around at anything that has changed. Well, the first thing to say is, after I said I didn't have any frog spawn, one day during the week I sat on the bench behind me with a cup of coffee and I counted 8 frogs with their heads poking out on the surface, and there is now frog spawn. And when I got here this morning in the dark, there was lots of croaking, and as I walked over to the pond there was a flurry of movement as they all dived to the bottom. So normal service has been resumed on the pond front. I have now finished the bracing on the beam frame, so that's all done. This garlic, which was autumn sown, has really established well and is surviving so far. And on this side, the additional garlic that I sowed, I think you might be able to pick out that the rows, the heads have come up, the green tops, so all is well with the garlic. I have part filled all my new tubs with manure from the big pile, and I've put them in brackets. So this is going to be my first earlies, those are my second early, and my main crop are down on the bottom of the plot. I haven't done anything with those yet. Another bed of onions establishing. My experience is that despite what the advertising tells you, onion sets always tend to bolt. But we've learned with the freezers that even if they bolt, you chop them up finely, you freeze them, and then they're available for you all through the winter. So I don't worry too much about that now. I think it's easier than the faff of onion seeds, which I've done in the past and have worked very well, but this is a lot easier. The broad beans are going to take a bit of a kicking today from this wind, albeit I've got these 2 shower screens to help give them some protection. But I hesitate to say it, but they seem to have been, they've survived so far. But it's early days for the slugs. But I have, as some of my subscribers suggested last year, I've put down preventative slug pellets, the organic ones, which I learned this week are only activated by moisture. They have to be in contact with rain to release the iron which kills the slugs. Interesting, I didn't know that. So they're going to get well soaked today. Right, I'm going to occupy myself this morning with some garden pots. I have 14 pots that I've brought from our back garden. They've had compost in them for maybe 5 or 6 years. I do top dress them every spring, but I think this is an opportunity with the move to take out all that old used compost, empty it on these allotment beds, and then fill each pot almost to the brim with that lovely manure up there. And then I'll put a last couple of inches of compost on the top, and then they'll be ready for the season ahead. Whether that's taking these up to the new place in Herefordshire, or whether it's taking them back to our back garden because we're not moving, either way it will have been a useful exercise. Because we haven't had any frosts of late, the rhubarb there is being forced. You'll have seen that in a previous episode. But the rhubarb looks really good. I mean, we might still get some very heavy frosts and this will take a knockback. But, you know, that's spring, isn't it? But so far, the rhubarb looks very healthy and is a sign of new and fresh growth for the season ahead. And talking of new growth, the impatient what's it that I am, every day I turn up here, I look at these, what basically are sticks that I cut with a view to making stepovers, hoping to see, you know, shoots from the buds below the cut. You won't be surprised to hear there's no sign yet, but I wait in anticipation. A new day dawns. Beautiful fat buds on the black currants. Every time I walk up the path I admire them. Another one of those beautiful, wonderful, hopeful signs of spring on its way. Well, the daffodils in this galvanised bucket have made an appearance, and beautiful they are. However, with the winds that are going to hit the plot today, I've just moved them into the lee of the shed so that they'll live to fight another day. All the healthy signs of spring flowers to come. And as the temperatures have warmed up a little this week and been in double figures, I took the opportunity to repaint all my plant signs. So that job's done, ready for when I start to fill the beds in a month or two's time. Well, I've done 6 out of the 14 and it's quite boring work, and I have a low boredom threshold, so I've had enough of it. But it's improved a couple of beds. So yeah, they'll sit here till we know where we're going. Oh, well, it's mid-morning. The wind is starting to pick up now. Rain hasn't arrived, so I'm going to cut away while the going's good. And I haven't done a lot, as you saw. It's just a quick video just to let you know I'm still here. Our fight, our struggle goes on, and as soon as I've got any firm news, I'll let you know. But the plot's looking good. I mean, it's going to get wet over the next 24 hours, so there'll be some water logging, I expect. But as it stands right now, everything's okay. It's ready for the season ahead and whatever comes. So thank you for joining me. And again, as I've said many times, I have no idea what I'll be doing. We've got some furniture to get rid of next weekend, so I might not be around. But if it's possible, I will post. And as I say, I'll keep you abreast of our progress or otherwise. So thank you for joining me, and I shall see you at the next available opportunity. Until then, enjoy your gardens, Look after yourselves, take care, and bye for now.